Okay, today we're going to talk about one of the ultimate things, the car test. Now, everybody knows what the car test is, and you see lots of people writing about, oh, I failed the car test, or people have cried because they failed the car test. But let's really have a conversation about that. Now, if you spend eternity in your car, hours a day, and you listen to music all of that time, then maybe you can learn how things should be kind of balanced tonally in your car, because that's the main place you listen to music. But really, let's talk about this. There's no such thing as a standard car. There's no such thing as a standard car stereo. You've got a tweeter up here. You've got a woofer and all the mid-range down here. Maybe you've got a big subwoofer in the back. If you're on the right side of the car, you can't hear anything really that's coming out of the left speaker. You can't tell anything about the balance of instruments in your mix. So really, it's a lot of crap. What you should be doing is spending far more time in your studio, in front of your monitors, or if you haven't got monitors, on your headphones, doing nothing but listening to well-mixed music. And when you're doing that, what you want to try and do is just absorb into your soul the balance of highs, of lows, where the kick is, where the snare is, how loud the vocal is, where the instruments are sitting, and you'll develop a sense of what's right. Now, there is no right or wrong generally in mixing or music, but what there is kind of per genre, usually, a set of parameters where things work, and that's what we're going to aim for. We're always going to aim for things which work. Sometimes, yeah, you want to kind of think out of the box and go extreme. Why not? That's also valid. But generally, if you want to get a mix that's balanced, even, sounds good on every system, the car isn't really the best place to be testing it because it's almost random. So, there we go. There's one more thing about the car test as well that you probably need to think about. People back in the day would kind of use it as an approximation of what it would sound like on radio, because most people are listening to the radio in their car. But the difference between what your track sounds like played on your car stereo to the radio is huge, because back in the days of like AM and FM radio, and even today, on digital broadcasts, there's a huge amount of processing happening on the output of the radio station. So what they were trying to do is maximize signal to noise, and when they broadcast it so people had the best quality possible. But that has a huge side effect on what your music actually sounds like, and it's kind of why A&R people and radio people always want you to do mixes with a slightly louder vocal than normal, because that gets pushed down. So, and when you listen in your car, you're not really hearing the effect of that radio compression. So unfortunately, part of that theory is just in people's head. Anyway, there you go. Don't get hung up on the car test. If you're relying on the car test, spend more time in your studio. All right. Best of luck, everyone.